Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to StarCraft 2 Visual Novel, or SC2VN. So, last time we left off, our main character Mach had actually found one other team member for his new team that they're forming, and it looks like all he needs is one more to get going. Uh, what trials and tribulations wait for him now? Well, let's find out. I wake to the sound of rain against my window. Judging by the light, it's morning. It dawns on me that I was supposed to play stun in a few practice games last night. Whoops. Probably not a great move to blow off the players I just recruited. Breakfast this morning is cold as usual, or at least since I took a chance on some street food. It was actually pretty good, but I ended up sick for a few days. I stuck with cereal in the morning since then. Yeah, as someone who frequents Manhattan, of course, um, I'll tell you right now that if you're ever in a city, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be Manhattan per se, but if you're ever in a city and you see street vendors, make sure there's a lot of people around them. And even then, it's not guaranteed that you won't get sick from the food you eat there, because I mean, it's the environment that you're eating food at from is not really a restaurant quality per se, but it's a street vendor, which you're gonna get occasionally sick. It's not gonna always happen, but it might happen. So just remember, if you make sure it has a lot of people, if you only see like one person there every other day, that's a problem. If it has like hundreds of people there, if he even has a couple dozen all the time, that means it's a little bit safer. People, will chance it a little more. I hope everything's working out at Jet's end. Good management and even a single sponsor will take us a long way. All I can do is focus on the task at hand, finding talent. I put away my bowl once it's empty and lock my apartment on the way out. Transition! My sweatshirt's hood held up against the rain for the most of the way, but my hair ended up soaked in the end. I shake my head dry once I'm inside, much to the annoyance of the guy at Golden Zone Fire's front desk. Yeah, what are you, a dog, Mock? The cafe's the cafe is largely empty on most weekdays, at least before school lets out. With a bit of searching, I find Excel reclined drowsily in a computer chair that he must have wheeled over to the lounge area. I bet he'd rather be sleeping at the crash team house, but Excel said that he didn't have time to meet me any later. He yawns and waves me over. I pull up a chair from nearby's PC and sit beside him. Plenty to choose from when the place is this empty. Do they not have umbrellas outside of Korea? No, everyone just sprints from place to place if it rains. Haha. So anyways, Stun agreed? Yeah, I'll make the next pickup easier since I've actually got another player to point to. I wish Jet would hurry up and ditch her team already. Excel raises an eyebrow and shakes his head at me. She can't do that yet. Jet has a contract. It has to be over soon though, right? Why else would she be putting together a team if she wouldn't want to be playing it? They vary, but most contracts last either 6 months or a year. Best case scenario, she'll be free at the end of this month. That makes sense. The Victory Star League won't let anyone with the contract play without their team approval. But maybe there's no rule against registering ahead of time? Whatever, I'm sure Jet has figured that out already. Right, anyways, you said you got a lead on the next player, yeah? Yep, guy named Reva. Flits in and out of the top 8 on the ladder. He won at least a dozen online tournaments this year. Wow, what race does he play? Here's the best part. He plays all three. His Terran is his strongest, but he's been known to switch between races during a long set. He'll even play random. Reva plays Zerg, Terran, and Protoss. Whoa, that sounds too good to be true. But this is where it gets weird. He's never turned up to a tournament in person, only plays online. Some people speculate that Reva is just an alias for a top player. I'm not convinced though. He's got a very specific playstyle. It's almost like he's playing against a highly advanced AI. Strong mechanically, but only goes for standard macro games. So I'm gonna get in touch with him. Other teams have gone after a player that good. It won't be easy, but I've got a plan. Not another bet match, please. It worked, didn't it? No, not this time. Rev on a mean win streak in the online King of the Hill. 12 wins in a row. Granted, most of his games have been up against foreigners. It's based on Europe, so it's a weird hour for us. Point is, you're going to enter tonight. Of course I am. Why would I not enter the tournament against the guy who won how many games in a row now already, seems like? Tonight, so I'll beat him and then use them to convince him to join the team? Hold on, I didn't say anything about beating him. I mean, if you do, I'm not going to complain. You're going to play in an honorable macro game. Ooh, what's that, I wonder? Reva hates anything that's non-standard. She's his rules, aggressive timings, all-ins, one-base builds, that sort of thing. So you're going to play a slow, economy-based game instead. But if I play a game in the exact style you used to, won't I get stomped? Maybe, but it's your only chance to get on his good side. Play him, show off your skill, chat him up, and recruit him. You'll make it sound easy. You made that was Mock actually saying that. I didn't realize it. So I made it sound like he was saying. I'm still getting used to these things. It's a little weird, like reading these things. And I guess for anyone who does Let's Plays, I give them a lot of credit. I always notice though that they do start off like when they first start their channels off doing Let's Plays, they kind of are hit or miss for the beginning. And I didn't understand that fully until I started doing this myself. Now I understand. It's a little tough sometimes, yeah. Hey, find your own players if you don't like it. I'm sure there are tons of strategies from scrubs willing to try out. Forums. He does have a point. Guess I'm staying in tonight. Fine. By the way, what are you so busy with this afternoon? Team League practice. Gotta drill a Zerg of ours to snipe the Team Kine Terran Ace. The match is half a week away. Until then, practice, practice, practice. That's how we do it. Beneath his easy facade, I can tell Acel doesn't seem too pleased by the circumstance. Right then, any final tips against Areva before I go practice for tonight? Yeah, hope you like mech. It's all I can do not to groan. My favorite. The admin said it shouldn't be more than 5 minutes now. Reva just got finished extending his record to 13 wins. Watch this Reva be a girl, by the way. I'm just gonna say that right now. I have not played forward for this game. I'm just calling it a girl. Just saying it right now. I've already warmed up from practicing all day, so there's no point of loading up a map to drill my micro or anything like that. The only thing I've got to focus on before the game is my build and my nerves. Most players, myself included, tend to get a little bit jittery before a high-stakes match. A more serious issue is at live events with all lights and cameras and cheering fans, but it can happen in online settings just as easily. The King Hill broadcast is on commentated live stream. The channel hosting it isn't particularly popular, but the exposure can't hurt. Unless I get beat really, really bad. Looks like the game is getting started. In the pregame lobby, Reva remains utterly silent even after I offer a friendly good luck. GL means good luck, by the way. Whatever, let's get this going. Alright. So then, what we got? We got grounded opponents with mechs, can play all 3 races, could easily be a hacker. That last part's scary. That means they could cheat, though. Because that makes sense, oh, look, this hairstyle, this is a girl watch, ready? I'm calling it right now, it's a girl. Alright, time to show Reva and everyone else that's watching what I'm made of. I'm watching my scout cross the map when a thought occurs to me. If this guy supposedly hates rushes, I should be able to score a pretty easy win against them one-on-one. There's a specific proxy build that works really well on this map, especially against the type of player that Excel described Reva as. I might risk angering the person I'm trying to recruit, though. Since the game is being broadcast live, if I win, there's a chance I could earn enough cred to find another player anyways. Do I really want to go against Excel's advice? It's only one game after all. No. You know what? Excel so far has led me in the right way, so I don't want to do a snag a quick win because I think that would piss him off, or her. I'm still saying her. You're on that match. Yeah, it's not like I hate playing standard or anything. I just don't like that I'm playing straight into this guy's strong point. Whatever. As expected, the game begins with long, calm. Reva shows absolutely no sign of early aggression, instead focusing entirely on building a strong economy. I use the breathing room to invest heavily into structures for tank production. My scout reveals that Reva's doing the same thing, just as Acel said. Looks like it's going to be a long, drawn-out tank versus tank positioning war. Reva and I split the map in half. One side littered with his bases, defensive structures, and tanks, and one side with mine. I'm not particularly comfortable with this style of play. I prefer an agile army accompanied by dropships, but it's next to impossible to break a meching terrain if they have a strong economy. Ooh, what the hell happened? Whoa, shit, I'm under attack. That threw me off, too, wow. Reva included his tank line toward the center of the map. He managed to find a weak position in my formation. One of my tanks was a bit too far away from the rest and got picked off. Okay, so he's watching. She's watching. And nuke? In a serious game? Not here. Not here either. What's the nuke? Shit, I need to catch it before I lose my army. Boom, there's the ghost. Phew, I managed. This thing's actually skipping my dialogue on me hitting it, by the way. Let me go back up to see what the dialogue said. Oh, no, I can't. So it's doing it on purpose. Okay, so the dialogue it's skipping is meant to happen on purpose. Okay, can't screw this up. I pop open a chat box and fire up a message. Your macro's too good, lol. Lol, really? For a while, no response, but just when I give enough hope that he'll message me back. Thank you. You played well. You made only a few key mistakes. Perfect capitalization grammar. Ugh, whenever anyone does this to me, I feel obligated to fix my typing. Screw it, I'm way too tired after 40 minutes of positional play. Oh yeah? Well thanks. I'm actually looking for some practice partners, kind of. Kind of how? Well, I'm starting a team with a few friends. We're going to try to qualify for a team league. I see. I'm actually interested in looking to pick up another player at the moment. Would you be interested? For almost 10 seconds, nothing. Each second ticking by feels longer than the last, but then... I'm willing to discuss the possibility. Awesome, we're going to meet up at Golden Sapphire tomorrow afternoon. You in Seoul, yeah? You know where it is? Oh, you wish to meet me in person? Come on, I've already come this far. Keep it together. Yeah, I just gotta hang with the team and practice a bit. We're nice, I swear. Another pause, this time longer. I found myself drawing closer and closer to the screen in anticipation of Reva's reply. Very well. I will see you and your teammates at Golden Zone Fire tomorrow. Hope, how do you suggest I find you? Yeah, look for the foreigner. I will do so. Goodbye. With that, Reva exits our chat and prepares for the next King of the Hill match. Ooh, good job, Mock. I'm clapping for you, Mock. Did I do it? Did I recruit our last player? Can I celebrate yet? Nah, better to wait. I mean, he's never been to even an event in person before. There's a chance that he won't show. I step into my chair and fall onto my bed. Simultaneously tired and restless, I shut my eyes, but there's no way I'm going to sleep tonight with this hanging over my head. Maybe I should go to the Go Mart. It's not a good idea to drink caffeinated stuff this late at night, but a walk might get my mind out of the streets. The stress. Since meeting Excel and Jet, the pangs of homesickness haven't been nearly as bad. Should I feel guilty that I only want to update my friends or my parents that I'm actually got something going on my way? Is it better to keep these small victories to myself? When was the last time I even spoke English? I honestly can't remember. I never had to move around or switch schools when I was a kid, but maybe this is the same thing. You find a group and stick with it. Keeping in touch with old friends becomes too difficult. As someone who's only moved technically twice now, because I moved once when I was like in my sophomore year of high school, and then I moved again in my, ironically, I think in my sophomore year of college. I don't know, I would say that, yeah, he's got a point. When you leave school, if you leave school a lot, per se, or if you do anything like that, you have to make small groups of friends because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to keep in touch with a lot of people. Like, a lot of my friends from my old high school, I don't keep in touch with them whatsoever. My first high school, I don't keep in touch with almost any of them. If not, I don't think even one of them I've talked to in the last, 5 or 6 years. My old high school, my last high school, which is the one I graduated from, that one I've kept up with a few of them, but not a lot either. I had a lot of friends over there too. It just happens, people get out of touch after a while. It could be a good thing. More focus on making my esports career work than on what so switches majors to. I swear, I don't think it's per se me speaking the way it's spoken, but I think sometimes the way this is worded also is kind of off-putting. Sometimes. Now, I'm not saying so bad that you can't adjust to it, but sometimes it's really off-putting. I can't help but feel a little unsure. Putting my whole life down isn't easy knowing that I have to pick it up back eventually. My thoughts of home fade as the green and white signage comes into view. That old man is behind the counter as always. Okay, that's the death guy. This time, restocking the shelf on his side beneath the cash register. I take my usual fare from the refrigerators in the back of the store and step up to the counter. The clerk's haggard eyes linger on me for a moment before he returns to his shelf stocking. Ah! This guy again. Just a moment. I'm in no rush, so I answer him with a nod. I let the drinks rest on the laminated counter and turn. I said laminated counter and turned a closer look at the convenience store. The lamented counter. That's actually really creepy. It's compact and clean, like pretty much everything else in Seoul. If it has employees other than the old man on duty, I don't see them. More stores don't have foreign snacks or drinks aside from their localized variants, and Gomar is no exception to that. I've had to be bold in trying new food. Just as I'm about to step forward a bag of strange-looking trail mix, the clerk's voice sounds from behind. You've been here quite often, haven't you? Oh, sorry, my phone off. I turn surprised. He's staring right at me. Yeah, I'm not... That's okay, isn't it? He pauses in surprise, likely on my language proficiency, and then presses right on. More than okay. Those drinks don't buy themselves. What's your name? Amak. Oh, wait a second, that's not right. Strangely enough, I haven't had to share my real name with anyone since I came overseas. It felt unfamiliar on my tongue as I prepared to correct myself. But before I could do that, the clerk frowns his eyebrows at me. Mock? That doesn't sound like any kind of foreign name I've heard before. How am I in this situation? Damn it. It's hard to explain. Do you know what StarCraft is? The elevator cast I just light up in understanding. I've heard of it. You're a pro gamer then. Yeah, working at it at least. I suppose that explains your late night shopping trips. How long have you been in Seoul? A little bit more than a month. I like it here. Good, it's a fine city. You can call me Yester Yon, by the way. It's good to meet you, Mock. I simply nod and start and look away. I'm not particularly good at talking to a stranger about anything other than StarCraft. The conversation between us doesn't lead anywhere else, so he starts ringing up my drinks. With the bottles bagged and offered, he smiles. Take care now. Still think he's like some kind of Grim Reaper. I make my way back to my apartment for an evening of StarCraft and a little sleep. I'm gonna go up to the zone fire part and I probably stop this episode here. Remind me when we have to meet up again. I got to play I got to play for free at my mom's, you know. And you probably get yelled at if the toilet clogs up too. Stunt rolls his eyes and pulls out his cell phone, thumb soon jamming away at some weird puzzle game. What is it exactly that you've been playing on your phone? I'm glad you asked. It's called Popo Safari, or Pop Pop Safari. It's one of those casual games meant to suck the morons out of their money. Huh. And you're playing it why? It's my own way of fighting back against something I hate. I'm going to defeat this game entirely without paying a single cent. I know some people that do that. Some of my friends do the same thing. They play games like that. They just want to beat it just so they say I don't need to pay money for it. I don't understand how that stops anything. They're still making money from everyone else, aren't they? I steal a glance at his phone. And there are a ton of ads all over your screen. Look. You don't understand. It's about the principle. And I wouldn't be playing in the first place if the dude had showed up when he said you would. Admittedly, Rever should have been here by now, but I can't do anything about it except wait for him to arrive. I texted back and forth with Jet a bit earlier today. She's too busy wrapping things up with her contract to make it to Gold Zone Fire until way later. From the tone of her message, it seems like the talks with the sponsor were going well. With word that I managed to pick out our fourth player, she gave me the go-ahead and divulged our identity to Stunt and Reva. Helpful since we have a coach and practice partners to recruit. I hear the door to Golden Zone Fire slide open. I glance over, hopeful. And who that mysterious player is, we'll find on the next part. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. You know, even though the series is not doing as well as I hoped it would, I still like doing it. I still see that a lot of people are liking what I do, so they're watching the release. So I'm only getting so many views per of these, but it's okay. So I am going to continue playing, and I don't want anyone to worry that even if it like only hits 10 views or whatever like that, I still am going to continue putting out each one of these until its completion. All right, but I'm only going to do one playthrough, so whatever ending I get will be it. That's it. Like unless I do it myself and I get another ending, I'll go through that ending on my own. I'll show you guys what that ending is on a separate video. But for the most part, there's just gonna be one singular playthrough, regardless of the multiple endings. So good or bad, we're in for the long run. Anyways, guys, have a great day.